Hey VC Jack here. Welcome back to Vinyl Martini. I am going to do a contest entry for Vinyl Richie celebrating 11 years in the VC. Now, I thought I was done with this because I did the part one, racked my brains for a topic, and now that cheeky bastard's got a part two. And not only that, there's 20 questions to this vinyl tag. Like 20, what about 11? Anyways, I spent a good part of the afternoon digging out some answers for this. So let's get on with it if I can read my writing. So here we go. First question. Show an album with a fat guy on the cover. Oh, I got to take the covers off for Richie. How about Lowell George? Not super fat there, but you know, he did write that great song, Fat Man in the Bathtub. So Lowell George. Show a record that shows Vinyl Richie dancing. Oh man, kind of embarrassing picture, Richie. I don't know. There we go. You see him right there? Hope you can see that. Yeah, he's gotten really loose. He's taken his clothes off. He's dancing with a fellow party goer. Vinyl Richie having a little dance. Show a record cover that features beers or backyards. Well, no backyards on this record, but some beers. There you go. Newcastle Brown on this side. Got some Guinness on this side. This is Lindisfarne, and it's called Finest Hour. From, anyways, early 70s. Good record. Show a record that was recommended by someone in the VC. Oh, my good buddy Steve from A is for Alice and B is for Bob. C is for continuing his box set series. He was talking about Porcupine Tree for a long time, and I started collecting Porcupine Tree records. This one's great. It's called The Fear of a Blank Planet, one of their better ones. They're all good, but this one's exceptional. And you'll notice that, hey, Steve, if you're watching, I got Ian Hunter up there on the shelf for you as well. Maybe I'll just move this over here. There we go. That seems a little better. All right. Show an album cover that does not include the lead singer. Well, how about Fleetwood Mac record? There's Mick Fleetwood. He's not a singer, but Christine and what's his name now? John McVie. No. Who's the other singer? Yeah, Bob Welch. This is from before the Buckham Nicks joined the band. But there he is. This doesn't have a shirt on, doesn't have his pants on, so it could have answered another later question, but I don't want to spoil that. We're not going to show any records that answers two questions. So onwards and upwards. Show an album of a name of a group that you can't pronounce. Okay. This is sort of an industrial noise album, and the band's name is Gulskra Artikler Bereska. Man, I mean, I probably butchered that. I know I did, but man, I couldn't figure out what the band was called. Lanterns, Monkey Lament, which is the title of the record, or their name. So anyways, that was a blind buy. Next, show a record of one of the 11 systems of the body. Well, I'm going to hone in on the nervous system, and this is Alice Cooper's Killer, and of course the classic song, You Drive Me Nervous. All killer, no filler on this record, man. Great record. Show an album that you wouldn't think that Vinyl Richie has in his collection. Well, I don't think he has this record in his collection. And that's got this Cleo Lane record, Richie? I doubt it. Do you want it in your collection? I doubt it, but I bet you'd like to have Cleo Lane's hair. Awesome. We Don't Need No Shirt. Well, how about a couple of girls that don't need shirts? Roxy Music's Country Life. Oh yeah, no shirts there. Nothing left for the imagination on that one. Show an album, but make sure you say it's fantastic. Well, I'll show a record that doesn't really get shown on the VC very often. It's Jimi Hendrix, Bold as Love. It's fantastic, dude. Show an album that has a hole in the middle. Well, don't they all have holes in the middle? They don't have holes in the middle like this one. Ted Nugent. Show an album with the beautiful woman on the cover. Well, I've always sort of had a crush on this girl. It's Emmylou Harris, I think it's her first record. She's looking fine on that cover, and she has aged well, my friends. Emmylou Harris, and this is the Luxury Liner, 1977. Number 13, show a record that you would take to a party. Well, I'm going to take a record. First of all, I hope the party is not just all guys, like a sausage party. Those are pretty boring, because then you can bring like a real headbanger. But if you got a mixed party, this is Sly and the Family Stone's greatest hits. Man, you slip that on, that's going to put everybody in a good mood. Show a sealed album cover. First of all, I got it. I'm with you, Rich. I do not like these things. Make too much noise. Takes too long to get them out of the sleeve. But I just bought this about 5 days ago. This is the Groundhogs, their first release. One of the few Groundhog records that I don't have. This is a re-release. It is sealed. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm going to be talking about this on an upcoming video. So there you go, Groundhogs, and the album title is called Scratching the Surface. Date on here, it was, I think it was released in 1967 or 1968, re-released in 2009. So I know I'd never find an OG of that. Next, number 15, show an offensive record cover. Well, nothing really offends me. Record covers do not offend me. I mean, honestly, nothing really offends me. So, but I'll show you this one. This is a Black Sabbath comp, and it's called We Sold Our Soul for Rock and Roll. And you know why it's offensive? Because the cover is boring. Well, Black Sabbath usually have great covers. This is just a black cover. They could do better than that. Number 16. Show a sexy album cover featuring shirtless men or man. Well, I'll show you a funk record from the early 70s, a band called Slave. There's Charles Atlas right there. He's looking pretty cool. Holding up the weight of the world there. So Slave, a shirtless man. Number 17, show an album cover that shows weapons or scenes of violence. Lots of record covers you could choose, but I am choosing a bootleg that I have. This is Lou Reed. The album's titled Blondes Have More Fun, and it was recorded in 1974 in Sydney, Australia. Band probably toured and played in Melbourne the same year. So yeah, it's the Rock and Roll Animal years, or the Rock and Roll Animal tour. So there you go, Lou Reed. You can see him. He's Desperation, and pretty gory cover. Okay, next, I had to really think about this one. Show an album cover of someone who might be able to beat up G.G. Allin. That's a tough one. He's pretty tough. I think this girl could do it. Yeah, Joan Jett. I think she could beat up G.G. Allin, don't you? Looking pretty fine there. And the album is just called Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Name a favorite outsider album. Well, I don't know who's an outsider, who's an insider, but I did a little Google search, and this is one of the few that came up in that search that I have, and that is Tiny Tim. The album's called God Bless Tiny Tim. And yeah, he was an outsider in the music industry for a long time before he sort of became a novelty act. got married on Johnny Carson. Tiny Tim, God bless Tiny Tim. And finally, last question. Show an album from when you were 11 and a record celebrating its 11th year anniversary from 2015. So from 1965, I know Richie's a big fan of this band. This is the second album they released in 1965. First one was Mr. Tambourine Man. This is the Byrds, Turn, Turn, Turn. Look at those guys, they're looking mighty fine there. Yeah, a lot of Brian Jonesy stuff going on there. Great record, by the way. And the last record I am going to show is, it's got one of these great covers. I bought this on in Phoenix, in Mike's shop, the In Groove, and celebrating its 11th anniversary. It was released in 2015, and this is Bob Dylan's Shadows in the Night. Not his best, but anyways, meets the criteria. So it's got Empty Moon and Empty Arms, Stay With Me, and What'll I Do? So there you go. Anyways, hey, just a little over 11 minutes, so I am going to, it's a beautiful night. I'm going to do a little bit of barbecuing right now. I'm going to go mix myself up a drink. And I'm missing happy hour by about 25 minutes, so I got to go. Anyways, till the next video, guys. Cheers.